All right. In an interview with the New York Post, Michael Goodwin, the President of the United States, says this entire impeachment inquiry is energizing him. Michael Goodwin is that man, the Pulitzer Prize-winning writer, much, much more. He's had quite the week of some stellar columns here. But I do want to touch on this first, with the president. He is saying that this has engaged him, that this has jazzed him, essentially. Do you believe that?
Oh, yes. I believe he's energized by it. As he says, I love it, I love it. He says, and he joked, he said, you know, maybe it's a character defect, but I love it.
Do you think that, because separately you hear these stories that he's querying friends and all, how serious you think this is, and it gets draining on it. He argues this is all a witch hunt and an extension of a witch hunt. But that it's eating away at him. Is it?
Sure. Look, I think the Mueller investigation did that, where he you know, this was a cloud over him the entire time. And then that's cleared up, and almost immediately another cloud is injected over him. These are very serious issues. I mean, that is why I requested the interview with him, because it's not clear to me if he has a plan to fight back, because this is going to be a daily assault now. They're going after Pompeo. They're going after Barr. There's going to be just these flood of accusations, 24-hour news cycle coming at you everywhere. It's going to be whack-a-mole, I think, within the White House press office.
Does he worry, though, that, and polls are all over the map, and you've reminded me of that many times, Michael, but that a significant number of Americans, and more so than were the case just a few weeks ago, are open to these hearings, and that something might be sticking here?
Well, look, I think we can't discount just the volume of the media coverage, and the tone of it is so big that if you come near a newspaper, you're going to see a headline saying,
that, obviously he feels that's the media just out to get him and all, but people are getting that, right?
Yes. I mean, it's wall-to-wall blanket coverage across the country, and I think a lot of people in the East Coast don't appreciate that much of the news the entire country gets originates from the East Coast media, whether it's the broadcast networks, the New York Times News Service, the Associated Press, Washington Post News Service. All of these opinion columns, news articles from Washington originate from a handful of media organizations, all of which are biased against Donald Trump.
When did you talk to him?
I spoke to him Wednesday night.
Okay, so
I'm sorry, Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, so we were in the middle of this still market thing, and the concerns about the economy, his biggest trump card, no play on words, that might be looking iffy. So was he worried about that?
He thinks, he said basically there are three reasons why he's confident in terms of 2020. The first is the economy. That, you know, he says the country's doing well, and he's right about that. I mean,
so he's not worried about this bump and all that?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't express any.
Okay.
The second is I truly thinks that the Democrats are overplaying their hand, that there's no there on this Ukraine call, and that to try to impeach him is just going to fall flat. And then finally, he sees it motivating his supporters. They pointed to the fundraising haul, which they had, $125 million in one quarter, a record for any, almost.
So it's galvanizing his base, actually galvanizing Republicans, right?
Yeah, and he said that evangelical pastors have called him, saying that, you know, which is really a bedrock of his support, that they are more determined than ever to reelect him. So I think he's seen a lot of good news within this blanket wall-to-wall coverage of bad news. So, as
including the hit in the polls to Joe Biden, right? I mean, Elizabeth Warren has now emerged. Does he actually secretly want her to be the nominee more than Joe Biden?
I don't think
ever
so.
Come up?
I think for him it is knocking out every front runner. It is going after every front runner in that classic Trump way. I mean, you hit me, I hit you back 10 times. And
then what do you think he meant, Michael, by raising China again today? Maybe you can look into Biden, the talk that he did the same with the Australian Prime Minister, you know, mentioning it in a phone conversation with the Ukrainian Prime Minister. What do you think he's up to here?
I think he's just calling attention to these issues. I don't know that he really expects China to do anything, or even perhaps Ukraine. But I think
in this case, he's not hiding anything. He's doing it. He's saying it, right?
And every time he says it, it's a reminder. And even if you...
So he thinks this is not an impeachable event, doing and saying this kind of thing.
No. No, I mean he thinks there's nothing wrong, nothing on there, and look, he's smart about this. I mean, impeachable is a political word; it's not a legal word.
Absolutely.
And he is playing this as though I did nothing wrong and I have nothing to be afraid of on this.
All right, I wish we had more time because I did want to get into your comments on Hillary Clinton maybe crafting a run. We shall see. That's for next time. Always good seeing you, Michael Goodwin.